Honorable Speaker, I would like to ask some basic questions. First of all, our opposition has said that ICC will penalize some of the big countries and big organizations, and those big organizations would become ashamed, or for the risk of losing their reputation, they would go for greener world, and as a result, they would keep themselves aloof from any kind of environmental crime. Which I feel there's a basic question over here. Big companies are sued every time, and it is a common issue for the big companies, and they have a certain amount of fund for this type of things. But our basic question over here is that what specific input does ICC provide here that is different from the environmental code, and what uniqueness does ICC bring over in this case? Second thing is that our opposition has brought various points basing on assumption. So our basic question over here is that when the major countries of the world are not member of ICC, and when ICC has no jurisdiction over the major countries of the world, how on earth can they conduct missions in the major carbon emission countries? Thirdly, what I would like to bring over here is that the debate was about how ICC is efficient enough. But our opposition has failed to show what special input does ICC provide in this particular case for which we would opt to go for ICC. And furthermore, they couldn't refute our alternate proposal that we had brought up, and we feel our proposal is much more stable. Now, going to one of the major points to rebut. We talked previously about the biasness of ICC and the questioning of the trial of ICC. When we actually put give the ICC the power of conducting issue that is happening or the issue between developed and underdeveloped countries, any party would win, right? But at the end of the day, the party that has lost would actually at the end of the day blame ICC for impartial judgment. That in this case would cause a problem in the middle and would cause more diplomatic hassles. What we see in Bolivia, what happened was that it was done on the basis of courtship, and at the end of the day it was between the two countries, Bolivia versus other country. But over here it is a developed country versus an underdeveloped country versus ICC, and the problem gets more complicated because there are problems regarding diplomatic issue regarding ICC, and ICC having lack of jurisdiction over many countries. So here is our main point. Our main point over here is that what we provide in our case is more stable form. What we provide in our case is a case which is based on history that is really successful, whereas what they had provided was a proposal that is based on assumptions, and some wrong assumptions, because they fail to understand that there are the major first world countries, many of them are not member of ICC. And what we had talked about is that how it would make matters worse for ICC, because when we see that one party has to lose, right? So if this thing happens, that a party feels that they were judged wrong, they would actually back out from ICC. So that would make matters worse for ICC, and that would cause further diplomatic hassles. And versus what we actually are suggesting is a diplomatic solution. We are opting for a diplomatic solution that is based on understanding, and we actually believe to the fact that even though it may take a bit longer time, but we have history in our favor, that the problems were solved by the environmental code in the past, and what actually does ICC can create, we fail to understand, and we believe that ICC would only create further problems because there is lack of jurisdiction, and ICC has caused problems in the past, and ICC was question of its biasness, and as this is a issue between two countries, the question of biasness would increase, and ICC would be questioned furthermore, and its reputation will be destroyed. So we feel that their proposal is a lose-lose situation for all. So considering everything, we believe that we shall take the debate home. Thank you all.